Good afternoon, and welcome to San Diego Mesa College's Recital Hour concert series. For those of you that have never seen us before, welcome, and Recital Hour is a concert series put on by San Diego Mesa College that traditionally we did do in a classroom in a performance venue, but today we are doing it via online for the entirety of this semester's concert series. So for those of you that are interested in checking out more free online performances, check out the link below and you will see what we have planned for the rest of the semester. Today, we have Leonard Patton, a wonderful jazz vocalist who I did run into during my stay at San Diego State University, and he's an excellent performer. And stick around for the interview afterwards where he has some very inspiring words in regards to diversity and, more importantly, community and how that has helped him in his career. So I hope you enjoy this wonderful performance and come back next week.
Hello, Mesa College. Thank you for watching, listening. My name is Leonard Patton, and this is my good friend Ed Kornhauser, and we're going to have a good time playing some music for you, so hope you enjoy it. This first song is a song written by a man named Joe Raposo, who wrote a lot of the music for Sesame Street, Electric Company, and a lot of those early kid shows back in the 70s. And this is a arrangement of mine of one of his tunes called Somebody Come and Play. Somebody come and play. Somebody come and play today. Somebody come and smile the smiles and sing the songs. It won't take long. Somebody come and play today. Somebody come and play. Somebody come and play my way. Somebody come and rhyme the rhymes and laugh the laughs. It won't take time. Somebody come and play today. Somebody come with me and see the pleasure in the wind. Somebody see the time is getting late to begin. Somebody come and play. Somebody come and play today. Somebody come and be my friend and watch the sun till it rains again. Somebody come and play today. somebody come and smile the smiles and sing the songs. It won't take long. Somebody come and play today. Ooh, somebody come and play. Somebody come and play my way. Somebody come and rhyme the rhymes and laugh the laughs. It won't take time. Somebody come and play today. Oh, somebody come with me and see the pleasure in the wind. Somebody see that time is getting late to begin. Somebody come and play. Somebody come and play today. Somebody come and be my friend and watch the sun till it rains again. Somebody come and play today. Yay, that's a fun song. Never thought that a song that I sung on a kid's show way back when will become part of my repertoire. But I've got multiple of those, so it's all fun. Now we're gonna switch gears, do a great jazz tune, but we're gonna do it in my grooving way. This is a song written by Bobby Timmons, great jazz pianist. And this song is called Moanin'. Every morning I'm a moaning. I'm alone and crying the blues. I'm so tired of paying my dues. Every day you find me moaning. In the evening I'm a moaning. 'Cause of all the trouble I see. Life's a losing gamble to me. Every day you find me moaning. Lord, I spend many a days and nights alone with my grief. And I pray, really and truly pray, Thank you. That was Moanin'. Comes out a little differently every time we play it, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Now we're gonna play a little 80s. We're gonna do a little Tears for Fears. One of my favorite tunes from the 80s. This is called Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we almost made it. So glad we had to fade it. Everybody wants to roll. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule. I can't stand this indecision. Thank you. That was Everybody Wants to Rule the World. A lot of people like that song. I mean, it's just a great tune. So whenever I play that tune, that even if they we're playing at a place, maybe they don't like anything else we're playing, but they like that tune. So now we're gonna do an original of mine. Let me take some water first. Just hydrate. That's some high quality H2O. Yes. This is an original of mine. This is called Your Love Makes Me Blue. Every day I try to put you out my mind, but love just makes me blue. I feel and you stay on my mind. You I feel and blues is on my mind. I am lost 'cause love has robbed me blind. I didn't walk rugged road for you. I never stopped till I was next to you. I gave it all, you took it all, you threw it all away, and now I'm drowning. Every tear that falls is saved for you. Every tear that falls is saved for you. Every day I try to put you out my mind, but love just makes me blue. I feel and my mind stays on you. You I feel and my mind stays on you. Feeling low 'cause your love makes me blue. I did walk a rugged road for you. I never stopped till I was next to you. I gave it all, you took it all, you threw it all away, and now I'm drowning. Every tear that falls is safe for you. Every tear that falls is safe for you. Every day I try to put you out my mind, but love just makes me blue. I feel my mind stays on you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You I feel and my mind stays on you. Oh, 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 oh. Feeling low 'cause your love makes me blue. Da, 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 da. Feeling low 'cause your love makes me blue. Oh, oh, oh. Feeling low 'cause your love makes me blue. Thank you so much. That was my song, "Your Love Makes Me Blue." Now let's do the Marley next. Yeah. Yep. Just had to. All right. So we're gonna do an arrangement of mine. It's a Bob Marley tune, and this is called "Waiting in Vain." One, or two, one, two, three, four. From the very first time I set my eyes on you, girl, my heart says follow through. But I know now that I'm way down on your line, 'cause the waiting feeling's fine. So don't treat me like a puppet on a string, 'cause I know how to do my thing. Don't talk to me as if you think I'm dumb. I wanna know when you're gonna come. So see, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain. 'Cause if summer's here, I'm still waiting there. that's on you. My heart says follow through. But I know now that I went out on your line, and the waiting feel is fine. So don't treat me like a puppet on a string, 'cause I know how to do my thing, yeah. So talk to me as if you think I'm dumb. Now I wanna know when you're gonna come soon. Say, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain, 'cause summer's here, I'm still waiting there. Winter's here, and I'm still waiting there. Ooh, I don't wanna wait in vain. No, no, I don't wanna wait. No, no, I don't wanna wait in vain. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you so much. That's Waiting in Vain. And now we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna do a beautiful ballad by composer Michel Legrand, and he wrote this beautiful song about believing in spring and love. And since I recorded this song a couple years ago, but just this year I've been thinking about spring and how we got shut down right around spring of last year, March 21st. And so we lost our spring. And I think for a lot of people, we're like, what is this next spring going to bring us, And when spring signifies hope and love and new beginnings and freshness, we'll take any glimpse of that this spring for what we lost last year. But I think this song really talks about us continuing to believe in spring. So hope you like the tune. When lonely feelings chill the meadows of your mind, just think, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? Beneath the deepest snows, the secret of a rose is merely that it knows you must believe in spring. Just as a tree is sure its leaves will reappear, it knows its emptiness is just a time of year. The frozen mountain dreams of April's melting streams, how crystal clear it seems you must believe in spring. You must believe in love and trust its honest way. Just as a sleeping rose awaits the kiss of May, so in a world of snow, of things that come and go, where what you think you know, you can't be certain of. You must believe in spring and love. Just as a tree is sure its leaves will reappear, it knows its emptiness is just the time of year. The frozen mountain dreams of April's melting streams, how crystal clear it seems. You must believe in spring. You must believe in love and trust its honest way. Just as a sleeping rose awaits the kiss of May, so in a world of snow, of things that come and go, where what you think you know, you can't be certain of. You must believe in spring and love. Thank you very much, and this is just such a pleasure to play for you folk at Mesa College. Again, this is my good friend Ed Kornhauser on keys. I'm Leonard Patton singing, playing on this box called the Cajon. So if you ever drive to El Cajon, you're driving to the box. Cajon is Spanish for box. So anyhow, yeah. So we're going to finish with an original of mine. This is called Run Fly, and again, thank you for listening. to breathe. The clouds so thick I can barely see. I'm looking onward to better ways. I'm looking forward to brighter days. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I'll dance the ground feeling fancy free. The sights, the sounds are a memory. I'm living high in my brighter days. Yeah. I carry on to a higher plane. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I carry on to a higher plane. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I wanna run where the air is sweet. I wanna run where the road winds free. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't cease. I wanna run. Oh, I wanna fly. Ooh, I wanna run. Yeah. I wanna fly to where the mountains reach. I wanna fly to where the skies don't see. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mesa College, for listening, watching, and yeah, this is fun. Ed Kornhauser. My name is Leonard Patton. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mesa, for keeping the music alive even during this pandemic. Keep the music, keep the arts alive. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful performance, Leonard. I saw Ed Kornhauser yet again. We did not book Ed, yet he snuck into two of our performances. So I told him next semester I'm booking him, so he doesn't have to sneak into a recital hour. But that's what I love
Exactly.
about you jazz guys is you have this group that sticks together, and it's fun that you all end up in recital hour one way or the other.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so thank you for joining us. And would you please introduce yourself and let us know who you are?
My name is Leonard Patton, and I am a singer musician here in the San Diego area.
Right. And what do you do for a living, Leonard Patton?
I do music for a living. I do music. I also do teaching. I mean, I do, I've done adjunct teaching. I teach part time at a high school now doing um, voice and drama. And then I've done some adjunct at various colleges around town. But yeah, I do a lot of performing, a lot of recording, and um, as of late, a lot of video editing, a
Yeah,
lot of audio and video editing. Yeah, that's a big part of my resume now.
absolutely. It has to be this year. And we also saw you last semester pop up on one of Peter's
Yes.
contributions to Recital Hour. So
Yeah.
welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, please give us a little bit of background on your education. I believe I may have factored into like a tiny, tiny portion of it way back when, but
Okay.
let's tell the
I
students what your education is, how you got into music, and that kind of side of it.
Yeah, I mean, we might have bumped into each other a few times,
Mhm.
so that was you were a part of my final leg of education because I was
Right.
getting my master's at SDSU. Were you doing undergrad or master's?
I was doing undergrad.
Okay, so but we were pretty much there that same chunk of time for
Yeah.
two. I was there for 2.5 years, and so we were there pretty much that whole time. You and your brother, and but I started off as a musical theater major right out of high school. Went to the USIU, which is no longer it was in San Diego. It's now called Alliant University. It's a
Hmm.
totally different university, but it used to be United States International, and they had a great performing arts department. And some famous guy named Jamie Foxx happened to go to that school at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
some no name dude, you know. But then I
I'm not
went
sure if
to
I know him. I'll have to check his IMDb.
yeah, look him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to Mesa College. This was like early 90s, 91. I went to Mesa College and applied for the yeah, Mesa College.
Yeah.
I applied for the applied music program for classical voice, got into that, but that's actually where I started singing jazz. So, um, you know, James Romeo, who was the big band director at the time,
Oh
he's
yeah.
retired over the past few years, but
He's still
he
around.
asked me if he's still around. You can't get rid of him. Can't get
Yep.
rid of him. Love James, but he asked me to sing in the big band, and I started singing in the big band. I took his jazz history, so I was studying classical, but then that's where kind of all my jazz life started, and then from there I went to Berkeley in the mid '90s. I didn't finish there. I came back, and at some point I thought I was going to do music therapy, so I went to Chapman University for a couple of years in Orange, and studied music therapy. Didn't quite get a degree. Got married in '98, and then I was done with school for a while because I was working professionally, um, and um, and I got married. So you know, I just focused on my doing stuff professionally and dealing with my family. And then I was like, man, I just got some unfinished business. It's like I want to finish school, so I want to get my undergrad. I had all these units, all these stuff. So I'm like, okay, I need to go to a place where I can get my degree as fast as possible. I don't want to waste my time starting, from whatever. So I I went to Cal State San Marcos, and this was 2007, and I was able to get my degree in a year. I pretty much tested out of everything, checked everything. So mainly mainly it was like, every school, especially state schools, they have their own like language requirements. So I
Yeah.
had taken, yeah. So I had taken 2 semesters of Spanish. So I needed a third semester. I hadn't had Spanish in like years, but I was able to take, do that at community college. I took that at Mesa. It was like a summer 5-week Spanish class, 5 days a week, and I got a B in the class. Woo!
Yeah.
Um, and then a couple other classes, but basically I was able to get my degree in a year at Cal State San Marcos, and then momentum took me to Mesa. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do my master's. And when I went to San Diego State, I knew I was like, okay, let me check out jazz studies. Well, they had never had vocal a vocal jazz program at SDSU, just only classical vocal.
Yeah.
So it was all instrumental. So basically, me and the professors Rick Helser and Richard Thompson, we pretty much just created the degree. So I'm like the first jazz vocal um performance major
I didn't know that.
ever ever at
I didn't
SDSU.
know that. I
Yeah.
think I was there watching some
Yeah.
history go down. So I always like to tell people that have seen you live, because I think it's fairly accepted that you're a good singer. I think that's fairly accepted. And I like to say it's
You're
like
a good guitar player, so there.
thank you. When I first saw you, like met you, it was like in the music technology lab at State.
Yes.
I think you were in Tim Poolin's class, right?
Yeah.
Was it Tim's?
Well, it was, Tim, yeah, we were in the same class together with Dr. Waters.
That was it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like that's how I met you, and like I just thought you were a cool guy and a nice guy, and we just used to talk, right? I had no idea about your abilities, and I remember the first time I saw you sing, I was like, "This is Leonard Pat. That's Leonard. Oh my gosh, I've just been talking to this guy, like a normal guy, but that's Leonard Patton." Like,
Oh.
so I mean, that's like one of the joys of sometimes being in school, and you got your head nose to the ground so much, and then you realize, oh, these people around me are talented.
Well, and it was a cool community. It was really a cool community of people. Just it was a cool time. Like I really enjoyed my time at SDSU. There was some, a lot of the main guys doing what they're doing now, you know, come from that crop of people at SDSU. So it was
Yeah.
quite fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny that like how much of even just me being in this position, how much of how nepotistic I've become, and just book all of you guys from back in the State days, because many of us are still performing, which I cannot say for a lot of the people I went to other schools with. They don't still perform, but many
Yeah.
of us are still performing, and it's a joy to see us, still on the path, as I like to say.
Amen. Yep.
Yeah. So, one of our focal points this year is diversity in music, and it's my belief that diversity of cultures, genders, politics, race, and outlook all affect our artistry, right? So, how
Yeah.
do you think that has affected you as a musician, perhaps in your education, perhaps in your musical career? Did you have any challenges that you faced, or did you not feel like there were challenges, or what was your experience regarding diversity in music?
Well, I think being involved in jazz, it's, I mean, by nature, that I say, even though jazz historically from its roots is an African American art form at its
Hmm.
root and core, but it's a diverse art form because you have Latin jazz, and you have there's a lot of Brazilian. You have a lot of different cultures that have kind of blended in within this music. So in one fortunate sense, I've been able to just really deal with the diversity of that style of music. And I like a lot of different styles. I
Right.
mean, I like all different styles of music. On the other hand, you see, you see a lot of things even in that. I I I don't think women have always gotten, they've been kind of pushed down in a lot of ways. um they haven't been at the forefront, um, always. There's there's exceptions. There's always exceptions, but I think, I think that just women have always had to work a little harder.
You
Um,
know, it's interesting to hear you say that because we had Mackenzie Layton earlier in the semester, and he echoed some
yeah,
of the same things that you're saying as well, and I completely agree.
yeah, yeah. They've always had to work a little harder. Me as an African American, we've had to work harder. But I think in the genre of jazz, um, in just specifically there, we haven't had to work as hard in the sense that you know we're creating this culture of this music as we go
Yeah,
through the
it's
years.
and that's one of the things that's always like that's a pro of jazz is that it was created. You know, maybe it has its roots in some of classical teachings and stuff like that, but it was
Yes,
definitely
absolutely. Yeah,
taken in making an American art form by African
yeah,
Americans and Black artists. You know, specifically, that's the art form that became jazz. You know, so
yeah,
but like you're saying, there's it's a complex back and forth of how that works.
yeah. It is, and so I you you I I've I've been blessed. I've been able to work and do a lot. I've been in the right places and just come along at the right time. Um, doesn't mean there hasn't been challenges
Right.
for me, but I'm one that I don't I haven't focused too much on my own challenges just because I've been able to constantly work and I just kind of move on to the next thing and don't worry. And I have enough of a community built up where we kind of, I've gotten a lot of work from friends and
Hmm.
vice versa. And I like to I like to get people work. So I love when people call me and they ask me, "Hey, I need this." It's like, yeah, you call this person. I love recommending people for work. I always hope that it pays like really, really well and that they get more work out of that work. And I love that. So I think the community, um, I think we've thrived off of each other and you know, I that's always an important thing. I think the community aspect of everything is very important. You can overcome a lot with community. I think if you are kind of a person who is not into the community thing and by yourself, when you face those challenges, they're going to sometimes be a little more challenging because you're kind of on your own. It's like, we're, hey, let's be in this together and let's share in the struggles together. And we can all, help each other out and deal with this. I think, if we have that mindset, I think we overcome things better and we can, champion women and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the message that you're saying is an amazing message. That message of community can help alleviate some of the personal symptoms you may have, and
Yeah.
like you said, it's all about sharing. And I think that's a fantastic message, and it's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
inspiring to hear that. Although you definitely have had challenges in the past that you feel as far as your music career goes, you know, we tend to as listeners just like what we like. So hopefully that almost could be a little bit of equality. Now when you get higher up and more money gets pumped into the industry, perhaps not,
Y-
but at least
Yeah. Yeah.
it's when it's just purely based on what you like artistically, it's inspiring to hear that as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so this has been a tough year for many, but
Uh,
what's next for you in the coming year?
Well, I I mean, I have some work. I've been getting some gigs here and there. I've had quite a few live stream gigs, but
Mhm.
I've been doing some outside things. I think there's places that are opening up. Um, I've uh, part of some virtual festivals and I for me, it's about um, you know, personal projects, getting those done, and really pushing forward with those things. Um, I have several things that I'm working on, and so it's really about just like when I went back to school, it's like finish what you started, get it going, do what you got to do. Don't make excuses and pushing forward. So that's part of the thing for me. But also I just see optimism, like, with all this. I know some people are like, when are things going to get back to the way they are? And I just see glimpses of hope. I see it, and I just, you know just hang on, just don't stop, be active. I think that's probably, I think everybody can relate. I think the hardest thing over this past year was staying active some way, shape,
Right.
or form. And I don't mean, like, obviously if you're teaching, you're active in that, but I'm talking about like your own personal musical goals.
Right.
I think it's, for most people, it's just been a hard time to keep motivated, stay motivated, because normally we're always working towards something.
Hmm.
So we're always motivated. It's like the things that I'm doing, I'm working for this thing that's coming up,
Right.
or
When you
this
got a
next thing that's
gig,
coming up.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got to practice for the
Yeah.
gig. Like, yeah.
You got 5 new pieces of music to learn. It's like, yeah, you're working towards something. Now it's like, if you're not working toward anything, it's for a lot of people, it's hard to stay motivated. And I'm like, well, you know stay motivated for that hope, that thing that's around the corner, because I think we're going to turn a corner. And I think, when those opportunities come, jump at those opportunities. Don't miss out by sitting around and waiting. I mean,
Right.
we have, yeah, in one sense, you have to wait. You can't go faster than what's given. But at the other side of that is that, keep moving, keep being active, to be ready for those moments that are coming. And for me, that's really what this year's about for me. I'm not complaining about what's not there, or whatever. Um, if I can be a part of helping create more opportunities, that's what I want to do. Um, it's not just about me doing my own thing, but I care about my fellow musicians, and them getting back to work and getting active. And so, I want to be a part of all that in some way, shape, or form.
Well, again, Leonard, you're just dropping the amazing messages. So everybody, take heed with what Leonard has said. I think it's a something that we can all aspire to, is to keep that drive and motivation for what we're doing. Leonard,
And
it's
another thing I just want to say, just one last thing, like,
yeah.
as educators, as teachers, like, we got to keep motivating those students, because it's like,
Oh
I
yeah.
think I think, and you will totally relate to this. The hardest thing, you probably have come to your own terms as a musician, and where you are, but these young people who are aspiring to do this,
Hmm.
like, what do we say to them the past years? Like, we got to keep motivating them so they don't quit.
Right.
It's like, we're fine, we can pause what we're doing, and then jump back on ship. you know we're 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 good with that. But, and I think that's been the hardest thing. It's like, keeping these kids, whether it's high schoolers, young college people, keeping them motivated. And I think that's an important thing. Don't give up. That there's I think there's going to be a renaissance of music coming, because you look at
Absolutely.
you look at history, through everything that's happened, whether it's war or pandemics or whatever. Out of it comes like a musical renaissance. So, like, just hold on for just a little bit.
Yes, and that will be you. You can do it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, Leonard. I look forward to
Yes.
the day where we can do this again, whether it's online or in person. Doesn't matter to
Either
me.
way, I'm there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm there.
awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much. And thank you for everyone for watching, and take care.
Thank you.